Hi, I'm Steve Estes. I'm a partner here at KPMG, and I lead our internal audit practice for our Houston office.
Yeah.
Risk and control, helping our clients understand all of the risks that they have, the ones that require the most control from a design and a compliance perspective, and how the internal audit group can give them insight into how those controls are actually designed and performing. So a lot of clients, when they reach out to us, they're looking for more than just people. They're looking for insights and the value that KPMG can bring. And in Houston, a lot of times, that's from an industry perspective. So bringing to them the perspectives of what their upstream, midstream, or oilfield services companies are dealing with, their risk, their controls, and how we can provide valuable insights to improve that area for them. What makes internal audit really interesting is that our scope is really broad. We can cover any risk or issue that companies have. Sometimes those are predictable, and sometimes there are issues that come up unforeseen to a client. We have an oilfield service company here in Houston that has asked us to take a look at some of their sites and locations around the country. And we do that from a holistic perspective, looking at which ones have greater revenue, greater flow, and we go in and look at the controls and the people and the processes at each one. But sometimes it's when an issue or a fraud or a matter comes up that requires us to come in, review the incident, understand what happened, give feedback to the client how to prevent it in the future. And it's very educational for our teams. They get exposure to areas that they haven't before, but build on some of the experiences they've had at other locations. Sometimes auditing can be very predictable. I'm auditing a set of procedures or an audit program, or sometimes it's in the external world just auditing the balance sheet accounts in a certain way. Internal audit takes far more creativity. The audit program many times doesn't exist today. You have to interview people and understand what are the risks, the concerns, what are the technologies being used, and from that, understand and derive an audit program for, well, what would I do to help this company? And in many cases, it takes what's a popular word of being agile. And it means just don't go in with a plan and say, I've got to do these 10 steps. If you get in and after step 2, you realize, well, we need to do it differently. Based on what we've learned, there's a new risk, there's a new issue that requires more of our time. Be agile, pivot, change, and get what's needed for the client and what's needed for that project.